Alrighty, y'all. What's good? It's your boy Almighty back again with another Jujutsu Kaisen video. Today I'll be talking a little bit about, chapter 160, as well as Kenjaku and Hajime Kashimo. Um, Before I start, just, like, share, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to your boy. More JJK content, One Piece content. Oh, and, yeah, let's hop right into it. Sorry about that. So, my initial thoughts for chapter 160. It was interesting to see Sasaki, who was introduced in chapter one, the girl that was trying to get Yuji into the occult club. Um, she's approached by Kenjaku and told that everyone living within the barrier gets a chance to leave of their own will. And this was also previously mentioned already by Tengen in chapter 146, page 6. So I had seen some discourse. Some people like, well, why is Tengen being like this nice guy, and why is he like why is Kenjaku? No, 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 no. This has already been established. This is one of the things that goes with the culling game. It's even mentioned. I think that was in chapter 144 where Tengen breaks that down, and he's like, oh, was it 144 or 145? 146 actually. So in 146, chapter 146, he's like, there's no rule about entering or exiting colonies. From the start, players receive the clear objective of exiting the barriers. I suppose that is for stimulating the game. So when he breaks that down, Yuji, he also says that in order to confine the players, the premise that they entered of their own free will is important. So that's the increase or decrease of barrier effectiveness that Ino mentioned, which Yuji notes. So Kenjaku refers to Yuji as his son in this chapter. I thought that was very kind of mind blowing, honestly. But even before I like focus on that, moving on to Sasaki figuring out that Kenjaku was talking about Yuji when he had said, "Thanks for taking care of my son." Uh, Sasaki, is that possibly going to potentially lead to her going back into the barrier herself of her own free will, knowing that maybe Yuji's there and involved? I don't know. Maybe it's not really a big plot point, but I thought that was kind of like interesting itself. Maybe Kenjaku planned that as well. But all this made me think, why has Kenjaku done all of this for Yuji? What are his plans? And like, why give Yuji all of this free will and let him be a sorcerer and kind of get him to join the Jujutsu High? And um, I don't. Yuji and Megumi also, and Megumi stated this himself. He knows he saw Yuji eat the finger of his own free will. So Kenjaku planning that in itself, I don't know, but I feel like he knew something would happen with the finger and Yuji being around. Or my thing is, why not just make Yuji a vessel, then kill him, and force him to make a binding vow with um, Sukuna, and you don't even have to worry about Yuji. So why even go through all this other extra stuff to where Kenjaku wants this for Yuji? So that's why it kind of makes me think um, there's a lot going on with Kenjaku. Like he knows more than we're led on to know, and then like there's little stuff like it's not. I wouldn't even really call it as like a plot hole, but there are certain things that we're gonna get from the story that only Kenjaku kind of knows, or like he'll be the one to present it to us at some point. Like that information will only be coming from him, not from someone else like Tengen or you know, like how Tengen couldn't read Kenjaku's heart. So the motive and all this behind why Kenjaku's doing all this has to come directly from him. So that's going to tie directly to why Yuji, and it also leads me to believe, does the Itadori bloodline like matter in some kind of way? Is it like important? And is that why Kenjaku was there as Yuji's parent, like the mother back then, had taken over that body? So I don't know, just a thought, just a thought. And Tengen only told the crew the alias of the angel so they can't find her without her real name, which we, the audience, already knew. So I've seen also some discourse about that. Like, wait, why can't they? Didn't they? He already told. No, no, no. Tengen didn't tell them the angel's real name. He just told the alias, the angel. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting for them to try to find the angel And it's similar to anyone searching for like Sukuna. Like if someone was in that game thing now and they use that new rule to search up, like, okay, we're like Hajime Kashimo. He's like, "Yeah, damn it, where's Sukuna? Look up Sukuna, you're not gonna find him because you need to be looking for Yuji Itadori because that's he's Sukuna's just in that body and of the vessel, you know. So you have to find Sukuna by looking up Yuji. So I thought that was very interesting as well. And seeing, you know, I mean, mainly just good luck to Hikari. I don't want to see this nigga die that quick, but I don't know. The way we saw Hajime Kashimo entered into the series, he put a fucking hole into somebody like Gojo and Shibuya. So that also leads me to my second point that maybe Hajime Kashimo could potentially be um, a Gojo, potentially. So I had seen this tweet on Twitter. I'll have to go back and note the user or whatever. But it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Whatever. But someone noting, is he a sorcerer, Hajime Kashimo? Is he a sorcerer from 400 or 1,000 years ago? So if he's 1,000 years ago, he had to become a cursed object, right? And then 400 years ago, incarnate to come back into life. Because as they noted, Hajimo's, I'm gonna just say Hajime, when they're introduced, they're saying they're all too weak. They were much tougher 400 years ago. So for what reason though would you have reincarnated though 400 years ago? It's possible, but it would make much more sense if you were 400 or so years old and you were just around during that time and then you're coming back for this culling game now. Um uh and Gojo also mentions like why I also think Hajime might be a Gojo. Gojo mentions in chapter 117 uh I think it was during the Edo period or maybe Keicho, I forget, but the heads of their respective households killed each other in a fight before the aristocracy. Um, and oh boys, 400 years ago. So, I mean, little ties, and you look at his eyes. If you go back to the artwork itself, and you see the artwork of when Gojo has his glasses off and stuff, and you see his eyes, the eyes are dead on. They look very, very similar. So he could very well be like a six-eyed user of the Gojo family that had fought against the Zenin's head 400 years ago. So this is very interesting. If our crew is facing off against someone this powerful, I don't I don't see how that's gonna work out for them. I don't see how that's gonna work out for them. What's up to everybody in the chat as well? Kenjaku, yeah, he gave it to Yuji's pops. Like they did it and had Yuji. What's good, everybody? What's good, Reek? What's up, clans? Um, so I thought that all these points are very interesting just to bring up about 'cause I'm not like completely sold on it or anything, but I thought that was very interesting to at least mention. Um, and even in I think this was one chapter 145 or 146. Tengen states that two six eyes users can't exist at once, and you know Kenjaku in the past had lost twice to the sorcerers of the six eyes. And the second time, he took no chances, killed the star plasma vessel and the six eyes less than 1 month after they were born. Nonetheless, on the day of the merging, the six eyes and the star plasma vessel appeared. So that's when Kenjaku switched to sealing these motherfuckers. So it kind of makes you think when you seal someone, I mean, they exist, but to a certain extent, they kind of don't exist. They're not existing in this realm, this plane. So potentially, this could be the reason why this Sorcerer is back now. Kenjaku may have even had all this planned out to this point to where Hajime could come back at this time because Gojo isn't around now. So he could actually be in this culling game and cause chaos. Why he's looking for Sukuna though, that's very interesting. He's gonna be dangerous for Hikari. That's not gonna be good for Hikari. And another point I wanted to bring up was just a minor point before I end the video. And I have some details in my notes as well. Kenjaku's stitches throughout the series when we've seen I had to go throughout the series and jump around a little bit, going chapter to chapter throughout the day. That's why I kind of took a little while to make this video. I kind of want to have everything, planned out a little bit. But his stitches are a very interesting topic. So I went back and one of the first things I know, it's like a flashback. Like so within chapter 90, we're already doing like some Shibuya stuff, I think. But chapter 90, page 3, we see Kenjaku who's planning stuff with the curses in a flashback. And he's talking about after opening the prison realm, we have to keep Satoru Gojo within a 4 meter radius for 1 minute. And we see his forehead. There's no stitches on him, but he's planning with the curses, so you know that's Kenjaku. You know that's Kenjaku. He's with Mahito and Jogo and Hanami. And on chapter 10, page 1, this is around the, I mean, I'm sure that same time where that flashback was. I mean, maybe it wasn't. Maybe this was much later. I don't. I'm actually kind of confused. Well, this is why I bring it up. So in chapter 10, page 1, we see him, and he's. This is where like kind of you see in the anime where Kenjaku comes in. He's with the curses going to that bar and stuff like that. He's on the street talking to them right now, and he's like, "We can't take half measures with this." And he's like turning back talking to them, and they're like, "Hmm." And his scars, his stitches are like very apparent. Just like look like very apparent stitches, all connected. And then when you jump to chapter 143, page 5, where he's Kenjaku is Yuji's mother, the stitches seem somewhat embedded into the forehead. Like maybe he's had this body for a while. I don't know. That's my guess. That's just my guess. But it kind of like confuses me why chapter 90 we see him in that flashback planning stuff with the curses. He doesn't have any at the top of his forehead. So I don't know. It's kind of confusing. And then we come to current time, like chapter 160, page 2, current Kenjaku. His stitches seem kind of like when he was Yuji's mother. They kind of seem like that. Not as like, as into the skin as when he was her, but it seems like that's what it's getting to there, to where it's not going to be as apparent. So I don't know. And the potential, I'm kind of bouncing around a little bit now, but the potential of Hajime Kashimo being a Gojo also kind of leads to the potential of that ancestor of a Zenin possibly coming back, or maybe of the Mishukuna clan or whatever, of Yuta's clan. Even though that his ancestor was a vengeful spirit, but you never know. Anything, maybe it could be some like distant sorcerer from that clan. So it could be distant sorcerers we're seeing from the Gojo clan, from Yuta, from the. I mean, who knows? I don't want to just throw anything out there saying like we'll see like sorcerers from the Kamo as well, or like Inumaki's clan or anything. But I mean, the potential is like with that little potential of Hajime Kashimo being a Gojo, it could also lead to another Zenny ancestor being in this culling game. So I don't know. These are just some points I wanted to bring up for a quick video. Um, See if anyone had any thoughts. Yeah, I just want to do a quick live video. I don't know. If anyone had any points or whatever, of course I was gonna bring it up. I could always just go stream on Twitch as well. And if you haven't, followed me on Twitch, follow me on Twitch, AlmightyFishmixx, all one word, two X's at the end, same as the YouTube, just all one word on Twitch. Daily streams. If I'm not on Twitch, I'm on YouTube. Um, but yeah, yeah, Kenjaku stitches be looking like they're busting at some point. Yeah, it's very weird. It's like I don't know. Daily streams, daily stream. I don't know. I just feel like we have some interesting matchups coming up, and I didn't even have to. I mean, it's kind of like it was already mentioned in the chapter. I didn't even think to bring it up, but Yuji and Megumi are going to Tokyo Colony #1, so we already know who they're going to be matched up against, and it's that Higuruma, the judge, and I don't see that being a good matchup. I really don't see that being a good matchup for them because um, his ability just seems OP, and I don't think he's going to get along. It seems like he has his own moral code, his own righteousness going on, to where no matter what Yuji and Megumi try to tell this man, he's not really going to be listening. So, I mean, I guess we'll just have to see. Um, but yeah, those are just my quick thoughts. I was gonna do a video, but just separate video, have my intro and everything. But I don't know. I just kind of want to hop on live real quick and just get it over with. I didn't feel like having to hit up my editor and have it all fixed for me. So just my quick thoughts. Yeah, make sure you follow me on here on YouTube, subscribe, like, share, leave a comment if you have any thoughts or anything to add to this theory. This is a great chapter. I'm so glad the Culling game is starting. Like it was kind of it's starting to feel kind of slow for me. I'm not gonna lie, but I love Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen is my baby. That's my hoe. That's my side chick. You already know how it is with me and JJK. I gotta hold her down, and it wasn't even really a rough patch. It was just like, all right, baby, like what are we gonna do to mix it up? And now it's here. It's going down. The culling game. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, like I always say. And until next time, your boy Almighty is out.